good morning, and welcome to your Business in Digital. I'm Tamara Louise, super excited to be there, here, there, everywhere. I don't even know what happened there. Happy Wednesday. It is day, as Michelle likes to say. So clearly, humping along. Anyway, let's start the show. Let's just start the show. Intro. Are we frozen? Good morning, and welcome to your Business in Digital. I'm Tamara Louise. I am super excited to be here, always excited to be here with my amazing co-host. What we do here at your Business in Digital is we bring together a true business, right? I can't even just say it's a small business. This is a true business right here. We got a CFO in the building, Andrea Ragu, always talking finance and keeping us on our toes, okay? We have, of course, Michelle Gordon in the building, who is talking pricing, sales, really making sure that you understand your work, you understand what it should cost, and helping us to stay focused on acquiring those marketing assisted leads online, right? And then, of course, we have in the building Michael Wilshire, who is operations focused. It's like, what are we doing with this? How are we getting to this sales funnel? What are the pieces that we need to make this happen? How do we implement this? Always keeping us focused on that. And I am here to talk digital marketing and really help connect the dots with digital marketing. How do we get from digital marketing to money in the bank? That's the conversation we're having here at your Business in Digital. So let me tell you how you can connect with us. Connect with us. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, every Monday and Wednesday at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, when we're not on hiatus, which is coming pretty soon, it's summertime, so we're gonna take a little time off, but there's so much recaps that you can do, of course. So if you can't catch us live, that's fine. Catch us on the replay. I like to call it on the replay. I think there's a song named On the Replay. I'm absolutely freestyling now. If you know a business owner or a business executive, you want to tell them about this show, right? We really help you again connect those dots. We get it. Digital marketing can be daunting. There's so many KPIs. There's so many things you hear about, likes, follows, all the things, right? But it matters how you get to that money in the bank. And you should be doing digital marketing activities that connect back to your business goals. So we're here to break down the silos and really give you those strategies that work for your business. So tell a business executive about the show. Tell a business owner about the show. Catch us everywhere podcasts are found if you can't catch us live. All right, let's go. All right, so last week, not even last week. It always feels like a week later, right? It's like last week, actually Monday, just this Monday. This Monday, we talked about the other part of our sales funnel, right? So we were talking sales funnel. We've been doing a series where we've been talking through what that looks like from brand awareness to interest to decision making. And this week we talked about closing that gap, right? Getting to the place of optimizing your customer at the conversion stage. It was really this has been a long process. We've been doing it in these series because the sales funnel is such an important piece of your strategy. And sometimes we're not talking about it. You're not talking about it with the right players. You're not talking about it at all. And then it just kind of happens, right? So we want to make sure that you give it exactly what it requires. So, it's really important that you connect your conversion with your content, right? Content really matters. It has to talk to the customer, right? They're at that place where they're making a decision. Do they need to share information with somebody else? Are you giving them the right content if they need to get buy-in from someone? Are you giving them the right content to make a decision? This is content about them, not about your business anymore. Once they're down your funnel, you move away from, hey, here's what I can do for you, to here's the solution, here's how it works, here are all the things that matter, here's a hack, try this, right? You got to get them in that place where they're like, it's 100% about them, right? Customers are always thinking, what's in it for me? And at this stage of the funnel, it's only about what's in it for them. You can leverage different platforms and different channels in your sales funnel for the conversion piece, right? Email marketing is great for it, social media ads, but also sometimes you might need a consultation. You may need to actually speak to them. If you have a sale that is $50,000, I don't know that they're going to buy that via email, right? They're going to want to talk to you. They're going to be like, hey, I'm going to spend this $50,000, but I need to talk to someone. So as you're thinking through your sales funnel, you really want to think through the elements. What is my sales price? What does my sales journey look like? What is my sales cycle, right? So it's not just that it's a quick one and done. You really have to take your business model, all those things into consideration as you're developing your sales funnel. So metrics, always important. You want to look at things like customer acquisition cost at this point, right? Andrew talks about that a lot. It's important. If the sale is $50,000 and it costs you $60,000 to get the clients, few people are not going to be so happy when you go back to them. They're going to be like, what? So what is that close loss ratio as well, right? How much business are you closing? How much business are you losing? Understanding maybe why are you losing that business? Is it to the competitor? Is it something in the content that's not right? Because if you can close that gap, right, and get some of those people that are lost to convert, that increases that conversion rate, which we always love, right? We talk sales cycles, super important that you know and understand your sales cycle. As business owners, as business executives, you're at the pulse of those things. You know, hey, this is going to take me 3 months. It's going to take 6 months. This is a 2-week sales cycle. So understanding that and bringing that to the table is going to be really, really important. And all of this really helps to inform the financial decisions and the operational strategies, right? Operations can't function without all these details because they need to know this in order to get the job done behind the scenes. And finance, they need this information so that they can actually come back and say, okay, cool, has this been profitable? We're at the conversion stage. This is the stage that Andrea cares about. She likes the other parts. She's like, yeah, I got the brand awareness. I'll pay something for that. But this stage right here, she's like, where the money at? Right? I almost want to sing where the money resides, but I'm not going to do that. So that, my friends, is a recap of our show for last week. Guess who had a lot of coffee?
That was a spot on recap. That was a great recap. Absolutely. But great discussion on Monday, as you said, continuing that discussion on the sales funnel and really honing in on those bits, pieces of the sales funnel, especially the right content at the right time and where we're at. Yes, looking at that conversion ratio and all the things that we need to do to make that happen. So definitely go back and watch it if you haven't seen it as yet. But that was a great discussion on Monday.
Agreed. We're at the stage of, as we said in the last show, Michael, ABC, always be closing. And at this one, it's brevity. Brevity is important. Asking for the sale, commitment time. We're at commitment time, not shopping time. It's a commitment time. And what are the key things that you need to deliver to your client to ensure that you're reminding them of why you are the chosen one, why you are the one that can meet their need, relieve them of that pain. And when you're asking for that $50,000, all of those need to be in front of their mind, front and center right away. No, let me figure out the answer. No long explanations. We've already discussed this. Let's dot that I, cross that T, put that signature on that contract, and get you to the implementation stages.
Yeah, and as Tamara said, this was my favorite part of the conversation, right? Of the whole funnel, because this is where we started to see, the results coming in for all the effort that was put in from before, right? This is where you actually start to see money in the bank. This is where you actually start to see, if all the efforts were worth it, if the money was working, So it's a critical part of the cycle, because this is where you get to actually see where you need to tweak. Everything else you were optimizing and tweaking based on the customer response. Here, you get to tweak based on your internal results and KPIs to know, you know what, after all is said and done, my clients might like it, but from an operational and financial perspective, we might need to make some changes here. So it's a very critical part for the business owner.
100%. So, I mean, there's one more part to this series which happens on Monday, and then but go check out the playlist. Go check it out. Check out the sales funnel. If you have a business, if you are thinking about having a business, you need a sales funnel. It is important. We talk about it. People talk about it all the time. No one ever explains what it is. They're always like the sales funnel, right? Got to understand what the sales funnel is because it's going to really help you set expectations. A lot of times we're working with clients and sometimes they're expecting, oh man, this magic thing to happen in the brand awareness stage. And you're like, man, you really have to go through this process. It's really important because customers, when they're on their phones and on their computers, it's a really different ball game, right? And you have to give them that content that they can binge to get to that place of know, like, trust factor, especially if they start off not knowing you. So those are considerations that you must take when you are building out or developing your sales funnel, any online strategy. So, all right, well, enough said. To the sales funnel. All right, I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun this morning, guys. We're gonna do a hot topic. Who got the hot topics?
Are you back? Are you back on the coffee? Are you back on the coffee again?
She's back on the coffee.
She's been back on the coffee. Back on the coffee and loves it. All right, so hot topics. Excited about hot topics. You know what? Guess what, guys? It's me. I finally do a hot topics this year. I think I've done a few. I did one. All right, let's talk about this. So Meta and AI. Meta is bringing AI. It has brought AI, their chatbot, to all of its apps. I'm sure some of you have seen it. So let's jump in. Meta has launched a new generative AI assistant called Meta AI. Wow. Super creative. Integrated into Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger. So you can access it directly in the search bar and use it to ask questions, get things done like learn, create. It's really similar to ChatGPT, Gemini, any of those other AI platforms that you're using, right? I think the great thing about that is that they're keeping, some consistency there. Moving on along, you're fine. This is not Meta's first attempt at AI. They have been working on AI forever. They launched a similar product called MBot in 2017, but it wasn't successful, and then they shut it down. You know how Meta does, right? They jump in, they look at things, they test it out, they kind of doesn't work, they go and they come back, and so now they're here. AI is the big conversation, so they're a part of this conversation, right? So we want to get into what does it look like for you, right? But Meta believes that this new assistant can really be helpful to you and your business, and it's up to you to determine how helpful it is. But here are some ideas or some lessons that we believe are really important. It can improve your customer service, right? It can answer questions, solve problems, it can automate tasks, which is always a good thing. So you want to maybe jump in and learn a little bit more about it, right? If you're working with an agency, understand how they're using Meta AI. If they are, if you have a team, you want to understand, hey, Meta has AI now, how are we leveraging that? Content creation, it can help brainstorm posts, write descriptions, and summarize reviews. So that's amazing because, yeah, you want to know, hey, can I use this to quickly create content? And how helpful is it? Is it, different from the process I have right now? And can I lead into this, right? Always important when creating content, you want to understand where your brand voice fits into that. And then, of course, market research, right? It helps to analyze user data, unlock customer insights, which could be valuable information, especially in all these platforms. What's happening on Facebook? What's happening on Instagram? What are they doing? What does the data say? And those customer insights then give you more information around content creation and then improving customer service. So yay to Meta for creating an AI tool. Everyone's doing it, so we're fine. But what do you guys think? Have you tried it out yet? Are you using it? I'm gonna try it out. I'm a part of a Facebook group with the East Orlando Chamber of Commerce. Shout out to you guys if you're listening in. And so I'm gonna try testing it out to see what it does, and I'll get back to you.
I must say, of all the areas we've seen AI, to see it appear in WhatsApp was the strangest place for me. Right? I was like, what am I going to use this here for? Really? But I get it. A lot of the movement we see has gone to DMs, which includes WhatsApp, right? So using AI there is probably a good idea in terms of if you're answering questions or so on, or if you want to summarize something that you've gotten from somebody else. But really interesting implementations for sure. Looking forward to see like how it affects things as it goes forward.
I'm on the struggle bus. I'm on the struggle bus with it because in some of those arenas, I have to put my other hat on because in many instances, it's a personal space for me, not just a business space. And the first time I saw it in the FB place, I am one of the administrators for a Facebook group for my high school for our class reunion. Got sucked into it about how many years ago Facebook came into being. And the first time I saw it there, I literally did that. Like, okay, what am I going to do with this here? But I've been using it. I will say, and I've encouraged some of my committee members to use it as well, simply because brevity, delivering a message for those that have difficulty in finding the words. This will help you to find the words, and it's infused in everywhere we are personally. The chat box. Brainstorming a bit and helping to get to those words, and it's helped our committee get to an efficient place with it. So it's been interesting. And I encourage everybody to use it. This is just another way of saying it ain't going anywhere. So you better go ahead and get acclimated to it because it's in every space you're in. So catch up if you're not already there. Get on the bandwagon, figure out a term that you want to use, but it's not going away. So get accustomed to it and figure out a way to implement it and use it in your daily life so that in your business world, it becomes ever so much easier for you to utilize it because it will become speaking, like you saying your name and speaking your native language.
Rise of the machines, it's here. But I mean, it's just testament to, AI it really is permeating our everything that we do, and it's been that way for some time. So this is just only a matter of time before it came to all these different spaces. So it's literally, I think they reached the stage where, okay, well, where can we go next, right? So I think the novelty of it has worn off a bit. Everybody's expecting some level of AI now, whether it is overt and noticeable or subtle in the background, doing your back end processes. It's just understood now that AI needs to be there. So yeah, I'm here for it. I haven't tried it, I haven't used it, but it's here, and we're just gonna have to get accustomed to it. But as with what we say with anything else on this show, use it according to your business goals and your business strategy. Always figure out first, does it make sense for me and my goals? So yes, we talk about all these things here and we highlight them, but it doesn't mean that every single solution will be right for you, right? Sometimes your business might not be ready for that type of service, and you may need to do other things before you can make it. So good stuff. Good hot topic.
You know what I'm predicting next is that right now they're telling us it's AI. It's AI here, AI there. And sooner or later, it's going to become an icon, just like the spell check, just like this or that it becomes part of our natural way of doing things. Just like when you want to translate to another language, you click the little button and it translates you to, from English to Spanish or whatever. It's going to become that much embedded into our daily lives that the marketing component of this will go away. And it will just infuse into everything else that we do.
All right. Well, we got psychic predictions coming up here. So let's mark the timestamp. Wednesday, April 24th.
April 24th, the last day of
you heard it first on YBID.
I want us to be replaying this and be like, Michelle said it. Time stamped. I love that. I love a good prediction. Because when it happens, it'll be like, and we're winning. Love it, love it, love it. All right. So today is going to be a fun show because I think we're talking, we're going on to our Beyond the Likes segment, which we absolutely love. Go for it. In our Beyond the Likes segment, we take you way beyond those likes and follows to that place of how do you get to money in the bank? How do you get to the activity that you're doing? What is the tactic? What is that thing that you're actually going to do to drive revenue, right? How are you using the solution? We really want to move you beyond those likes and follows. It's really important, especially for business owners and business executives, to connect the KPIs, to connect the dots. Today, we're talking platform takeovers, right? So we're talking about the platforms, the trends, and the best practices. So this is always fun because some of the things we're using, some of the things we're just talking about. So feel free to jump in, give us your comments, let us know what you think. So we're going to kick it off and we're going to talk about YouTube first, right? So we love YouTube because we are live on YouTube. So shout out to anyone watching us live on YouTube this morning, LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever you are live watching us. Thank you for that. So YouTube has made a lot of changes, guys. Have you seen? I know we've been looking at it. So enhanced analytics, right? New features that distinguish between new and returning viewers, which is really helping to tailor the content strategies for better audience engagement. Now, this is golden because if you understand how many new people are coming and then how many returning visitors are coming, you're kind of saying, hey, the people that are returning, they're loyalists. They're the people that have, they understand the brand. This is what they're interested in. They're consuming my content, moving down possibly my funnel, right? Starting to get to know you. And then those new viewers, understanding a little bit more about them, how did they get there? How long are they staying? They're brand new, and are they becoming return visitors? So now you can start to look to say, hey, my percentage of new visitors coming in is X percent, but then the percentage of returning visitors, is important as well too, right? Because that, again, tells you loyalty and the subscribers are coming back. The other thing on YouTube is AI-assisted content creation. So tools like Dream Screen, they generate things like custom backgrounds. YouTube Shorts allow you to, create that visually engaging content. So YouTube is really giving you the tools to create better content, right? So we love AI. AI is everywhere. Just talked about it on Zuckerberg's platform. And of course, now we're talking about it here on Google's platform. Don't forget, YouTube is Google. So I'm wondering if this is Gemini, right? I didn't even wait. As we're here, is it Gemini assisted created content that's on YouTube? That we need to dig into. But interesting thoughts. What do you guys think?
I love this. The competition is making every one of these platforms up their game. Deliver things faster to market, make it easier for their content creators or people that they want in their platform to use it and stay within the home screen and within the platform. Many of the things that we speak about in other places, you may have to integrate with other platforms or other apps in order to utilize it. YouTube is saying, I got you. I'm going to deliver. Here's my differentiator for you. I'm going to make it easy for you to stay here, maybe short form or long form content. You don't have a green screen, the background, I've got you. Let's personalize it. You want to know who your users are? Let me give you the analytics behind that so that you can cater your messages accordingly. Or if you want to invite them to go back to look at something, you can have an intro video to go back to. So I think it's really smart. They're putting everything there for you to see, and they're speaking to a broader community of people, an Instagram community. They're speaking to the TikTok community. We got a lot going on there right now in the news with that. So I think it's really smart and quite a competitive differentiator that they're putting in one place for their audience to utilize. So up the competitive landscape game, I see.
The analytics are definitely a favorite for me because everything we've been talking about on the Mondays, going through the sales funnel and segmentation, that's what we're talking here. So segmenting and being able to create that content that's relevant, whether they're returning or new, two very different places in the customer journey, right? So, that I love that they are also paying attention, while a lot of these platforms have, we're going to be talking about AI in every platform, but I love when a platform says, hey, this is how you can understand the data better.
I love the part about just making it easier for the user to be on your space, the creators. So you're helping the creators stay on your space, because isn't that at the end of the day their business model, right? Their value prop. They want the creators to be on the space. The more the creators create, the more people that come to their space and look at YouTube, and that's how YouTube generates money. So in the end, it really is supporting their overall mandate to have these content creators just keep pushing out. So if you make it easier for me, I'll come on the platform and I'll get, I'll monetize and I'll bring in revenue for you, because I'm going to put on content much faster, and I'll be able to, make it easier for me. So I like that. That's the part that spoke to me, that I think overall it's really touching on their overall strategy of content on the platform.
I had a truly bad talk there.
Yes, people, if you're not from Trinidad, in Trinidad we say much more faster, okay? It's just a Trinity thing.
I got it right away.
All right, so no more jokes. I had to do it. I couldn't help myself. It sounded natural, and I was like, "Oh, maybe it's not grammatically correct." You know what I mean? Like when you know, you know. All right, so LinkedIn, we live here. So LinkedIn, let's talk a little bit about what LinkedIn is doing. So some of the changes we're seeing with LinkedIn, we're seeing the LinkedIn Thought Leader ads now include a branded content promotion feature, allowing businesses to promote content from any user on the platform rather than solely their own employees. I'm not sure how I feel about that. But again, food for thought. If you're thinking about maybe wanting to engage people a little bit more, engage your audience a little bit more, and you are determining, hey, these people could be thought leaders, promoting their content could be great for you if that's a part of your business model. So as we look at these changes and tools, you have to determine, does this work for my business? Does this work for me, right? The next thing is LinkedIn is launching dynamic UTM parameters for ad campaigns. So which means that we can better track, which is a great thing, because I think the LinkedIn tracking has been a little bit kind of, so this gives more details. Did it come from LinkedIn? So you'll be able to track something back to maybe your Google Analytics to say, yeah, this came from LinkedIn because I was able to add this UTM code to the end of the campaign. And that really is something that we want as marketers. The one thing we talk about in digital all the time is the fact that we can do so much tracking and give those KPIs. So in a conversation with someone like Andrew, be like, hey, we ran these LinkedIn ads. It drove more people back to the website. They filled the form out. And the people that filled the form, we were able to move them over to proposals relatively quickly because this was something they were interested in. And we can say LinkedIn is directly tied to that. So we love tracking codes. I love tracking codes. Content creation assistance, right? So some LinkedIn subscription plans now offer AI-powered content generation tools to help you create more engaging content. You still need a content strategy, right? Everything we've talked about so far has a new AI content creation tool. It is what it is. Everyone is here, but you still need a content strategy. You still need good content. So think about these tools, how you want to utilize, if you're going to utilize them. But yeah, we definitely love what LinkedIn is doing. So thoughts, team?
I'm on the conflict bus with this one.
Which one?
With the first, the promoting thought leader ads from other people in your content.
I can understand that.
I see parts of why some of that might be okay, but the other person, the competitive person in me, also understands that this is a business, and what in that algorithm will begin pushing. How do you control what's being pushed and not your competition or someone that's promoting your competition? Remember, we were a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about reviews and the struggle that TripAdvisor had in moving out reviews for competitors that resided in a business. And that's the first thing that came to my mind with this. How do you control something of that nature? I can understand us wanting to promote a partnership, like the partnership that we have here amongst us here in YBID. We have 3 separate businesses, but one thing that we're doing here for the podcast and promoting that would be awesome. However, there's the other side of it that it's a cautionary component for me that I'd be curious to investigate a bit more to see how that would move forward for. But LinkedIn, again, is trying to stay in touch and be competitive, where they're finding, to me, in the professional space, there is competition in other spaces to gain a brand voice for each of our businesses and us personally in other spaces, and we can do it better in other spaces than in LinkedIn. So it's interesting how they're trying to rise to the occasion to remain relevant in a space that is quite competitive.
Yeah, that first one, I think it caught all of us, right? But there obviously must be some reasons, right? So we've got to put, thinking caps on, think about it a little bit. So I'm like, if I'm the thought leader, I'm good with this. If that's where I sit, I'm the thought leader. I want other people to promote my content. That's where we want to sit. Definitely, if you're promoting other content, my mind is thinking, does this mean things like, say I have customers on LinkedIn who are also on LinkedIn and are post about something that I maybe have done for them, right? And I want to repeat that post. So maybe scenarios like that may come into play. Definitely tracking and content creation, as Tamara said, AI is everywhere. And the first place we've leaned into it is that creation of content. Why that is? Because creating it consistently is a struggle that we all feel at some point in time. So great points for LinkedIn. Yes, some little bit of, I'm not sure if I want to promote somebody else's content. We like to sit in the driver's seat. So good stuff otherwise.
Control freaks much?
We have control issues in this room, but I'm okay with that right now.
Agreed.
Just as organically sharing, like we often do in the LinkedIn space, we're organically sharing, and that's how the relevancy comes, because we are basically co-signing. We are giving the social proof to someone else by sharing their information, by commenting there, and now we're going to make it a pay-for-play type of action, or compete with a pay-for-play. So I'm conflicted on components of it. I see some of the value, but I've got big, like a question mark right here on the top of my forehead.
Agreed. I myself am trying to figure out that first one hit me as well. Like, okay, why this promoting other people content? And yeah, but love the part of the content creation. That's definitely really going to be a game changer for business owners to keep the consistency, as Michael said, because isn't that the name of the game, right? Consistency is key in this whole content space that we're playing in. So once again, it's just about, just like we just said with YouTube, it's about making sure making it easier for the user, because if it's easy and if you help them, they'll put more, and it benefits everybody all around. So yeah, I like this. But yeah, number one has me scratching my head a little bit.
Well, I think we kind of felt burnt by LinkedIn, no shade, we're live here. But remember when we were seeing all those articles and it was just like, so everyone was fighting for thought leadership. And I think that kind of left a bad taste, because it was almost like a gamification. You got to write, you got to keep writing, you got to get your badge. And then people were just pumping out AI content just to be seen. So it really took away that idea of what is a true thought leader, right? What is a thought leader? What does thought leadership look like? And is it that I wrote something deep, or I AI'd something deep and I'm a thought leader, right? So I think it kind of gets back to those things that we've seen that have, kind of, they've been watered down, right? Authenticity. People say it so much and you're like, are you really authentic? It's so we don't want thought leadership to get to that place. And AI has the tendency to get it into that, really, really weird place. So, LinkedIn, no shade to you, but that's just how we feel.
And it's interesting, I don't know if you've seen it, like they reach out to you to ask you if you want to weigh in on a specific topic. And I'm finding that side of it really interesting as well. Again, I did one of those. Well, that's interesting. Like,
Yeah, because it's content that they're generating, right? So they're also now adding AI tips to when we post on our business pages. So we're seeing things that are popping up where we're like, okay, am I answering? Did someone put a comment? And it's a little bit, so it's kind of interesting. So LinkedIn, we're going to watch to see how it goes. But yeah, we understand what thought leadership really looks like. All right, so we're back to Meta. So what's happening in Meta? Instagram is broadening its trial of extended Reels video uploads, granting users the ability to upload Reels up to 3 minutes in length within the app. Long short content is this called? Because I get this, right? This makes a lot of sense to me. I think, this is smart because so many times people are talking about, oh, people don't really listen, right? They don't read, they don't listen. Not if you are researching and trying to find out more information, right? So actually, there's a point where people do. So I think this could be a great thing, especially if it's engaging content. People will sit and they will listen if it's engaging. We've seen it in the last few years, right? What people watch, what they don't watch. We look at our videos, we look at the numbers, how long are people watching the videos for? So I think there's some great opportunity there, and I really like this for Instagram. Instagram will be rolling out ads with promo codes globally. That Michelle's like, what? I think that could be a great thing, especially for small businesses across the board, getting ads with promo codes. It's going to come back to the tracking. Can we track those promo codes? How are we tracking those promo codes? And then how are we utilizing it, right? So it comes back to the back end piece. But I think it could be a really good thing for businesses as well. So what do you guys think about that?
I think we talked video. Angela Willoughby was with us talking video. So it's always interesting as we've gone along doing this show in different forms to see where they've changed video length, right? Short form, long form, as he said, long, short form, somewhere in between. But as we've highlighted, each video length has a place in the customer journey. As he rightfully said, if I'm doing research, I'm absolutely going to watch a little bit more if it's relevant, if it's giving me those answers that I still don't have about the problem that I'm trying to solve. So I'm really, interested in that because yes, that has some potential to do some really good stuff for your business. And as I said, with the promo codes, small businesses, yes, definitely that's something you can use, especially if businesses, B2C businesses that probably depend on, that discount model a lot or that promotion model a lot. And promo codes implies, as you said, we don't know, but promo codes definitely imply that we can track it, right? So not bad.
So Deborah's comment. Good morning, Deborah. Thank you for your comment. This is exactly what I was thinking, right? It's a good idea to extend the time limit because you need time to tell the story, and especially again, come back to me. I always use me as the example. In a space like mine, there isn't much I could tell you in 30 seconds or even a minute. In the type of space that I'm in, I need time to explain my point to you and explain what is the concept that I'm trying to teach you. 30 seconds, 30 seconds is great for when you're selling something physical. You do you span and you take some couple of pictures and you put it together, fine. But when you have content that you're trying to educate people about and you're trying to share things about your business, I think, yeah, you need a little more time to just get your points across. I mean, you're not talking long story, long form, 5-6 minutes. But that 3 minutes, that's a nice little marker. Sometimes the point could only be come across somewhere around a minute and a half, and then you start to close it out in the in the second, third minute or so. So I really like the idea of just like giving people a little more time to tell their story.
This is sales approved. This is sales approved. It gives you enough time to let it breathe just a little bit and allow for anticipation. You can have multiple parts to this. So enough time for us to digest it, know that we can come back, learn a little bit more, but not be exhausted by the person that's coming in. And it allows you to tease and tell just enough about your business or that topic to make them want to come back for more. The promo code, unbelievably fabulous. This allows you for a business, especially if you have multiple products or services, to stick to it and understand if that's the right path for your business. And cross-sell. There are multiple ways that we can follow the money, follow the analytics to understand and make sure that your business is on the right track. Unbelievably great for your business and how you're bringing business into your world, but also, is Instagram the right place for you and the driver of that business? Segmentation and channel performance, and the analytics are there. Love this, love it.
Yeah. All right, Instagram. Oh, Meta. We see you. We see you out in these streets. You know, Pinterest is never dead. It is the place where people go to plan their goals, right? Whatever they're trying to attain, it's where they go to plan it, their outfits, their wedding, their chic cut, their everything. It's like Pinterest is where you pin it. Their hairstyle. I was just talking to Nia about this morning. I was just like, I got a conference in Trinidad. I need new hair. To Pinterest. It's exactly where you go when you need new hair. If you understand hair, you will understand that's what we do. Anyway, moving on along. So Pinterest has released guidance on integrating inclusivity into marketing and advertising strategies to really ensure that the messaging resonates with a wider audience and connects with a diverse range of consumers. I mean, this is awesome. We love inclusivity. It's important for people to see themselves. It's important for you to connect. I think it's really, it's a smart way to go, right? I know there's been some conversation politically around inclusivity and maybe the extremes of it. So I don't know that they're looking at that extreme. I think it's good for people to see themselves, and the more we see advertising on TV, on the internet, we're seeing more inclusivity, and it's a great thing. I think it works.
Absolutely, and we had a long discussions on diversity, equity, and inclusivity, and that sort of thing. Pinterest is still very much, it's funny how we haven't spoken about Pinterest in a while, and TikTok became the place for discovery, but Pinterest is very much still a place of discovery. And as much as they speak to inclusivity as far as widening your audience, I'd say it gives you a depth within your existing audience. So there are some things that your audience, your existing audience, can benefit from taking some of these methods into play. So really like that, I want people to think about it not only in terms of widening your audience, but reaching your audience in a better way, in a deeper way. And anything that helps with inclusivity, and get a thumbs up from us.
Agreed. Again, sales approved. In the respect that remember we spoke about personas in this space every show. Most of the show somehow we touch on that, and I think this assists with this in a visual type of way when you're in Pinterest because of the boards that we're speaking about. But also behind the scenes, one of the things that we're not talking about here that is what we talk about, but as a business owner, I implore you to think about are the keyword terms that you can attach to this as well behind the scenes so that you can niche down a bit more, be more direct, and bring the inclusive component of it. Because I will admit, when I'm in Pinterest and I'm looking for something specific, and a lot of times it's like you said, Tamara, makeup, hair, clothing. I'm real specific on tone, a bunch of different things. And I'm putting the keyword terms in. I know it is a job hazard that we get into that much detail, but I am often in awe of how detailed that can be as well. So I'm not only seeing it, but the verbiage is behind it as well to help me to niche down to exactly what I'm searching for, persona base, my target audience, and they're reading and feeding into me. So from a sales perspective, I appreciate that component because that's helping as a business owner identify and really move out the people that don't belong in my audience, but also help me to narrow down and get to my audience a lot faster.
It's very interesting. It's a very interesting point to highlight. I've always found Pinterest to be very. I use serious because I can't find a different another word right now. I've always found it to be a very serious place because people are about research and business when they're there. They're trying to make a decision and they're going down rabbit holes. They're very intent with whatever they're looking for. So I've always found Pinterest to be a very interesting space for business activities because people are they're zeroing in, and the fact that Pinterest is saying, hey, make sure that here's all these different people that you can zero in into while you're offering your very specific product, I think is very it's really good. And I think that small businesses can benefit from it because again, it's about reaching the widest number of people in the most efficient way so that you could turn around and convert sales. So very, I like this point.
We're not mad at Pinterest at all. All right, so we're going to talk CRM. We're going to talk HubSpot. We love HubSpot because we use HubSpot. It is an amazing tool. It really helps us to keep our life tight. So AI-powered blog post generator with SEMrush data. Oh my God, that's like I can't say that on the show. It's a fantasy. Think whatever you want. Enter a description of a broad topic, and HubSpot will provide more specific ideas that may resonate with your audience. Guys, you do not understand how this power. Let me talk to you about the power of SEMrush and HubSpot combined. So SEMrush is the tool that really gives you the information on those keywords, right? Keyword volume, how difficult it is to rank for the keyword. It tells you, where you're currently ranking for the keyword. It gives you so much information about this keyword and how to quickly rank. And I showed you guys in the 50 to 50 how we were easily able to rank for things. SEMrush was that power. Then this powerhouse of adding that into to HubSpot, when we use HubSpot, we're looking at the entire customer. We can see their journey. We can see everything in a glance, the dashboards. This is like power on power on power, okay? Game changing for your business. So powered by ChatGPT and keyword data from SEMrush, it's for Google optimization, also Bing optimization. I think we just need to start talking about Bing more. I know, we are Google lovers, but there are other search engines out there. And if we just start thinking, let's just talk about Bing a little bit more. So you can use it for Bing optimization too. This is a all-in-one, not just marketing tool. It's helping you to do the work. This is where the content becomes more relevant. This is where we get to understand what the competition is ranking for. This is where I become a nerd. I love this. Okay. AI chatbot. So AI chat GPT powered chatbot on your website. It keeps your support team focused on the work that's most important. And also you can kind of deflect from those lower level service issues to support your website. So that AI powered chatbot for HubSpot is also amazing. Yeah, I love HubSpot. I'm like, we are HubSpot partners. I know it seems like I'm just selling but we believe in it. We really believe in it. Go.
Listen, preaching to the choir. I'll give you an amen for sure. But this is addressing, again, going to that core need of content creation, but intentional content creation. That's what this is really pointing to, that we talk about keyword to content creation all the time. So this is really looking at, making sure you're developing the right content, not just an extensive blog. Oh, I've written this many blog articles. Is it relevant? Are you hitting the right keywords? Are people finding your blog? Right? That's what it's about. So great features to lean into in that CRM, as well as all the other great features that CRMs give, and that chatbot. So chatbots, again, coming to the fore. So chatbots come in different forms over the years, and we're always looking for a way to manage those low-level, easy questions, move our customers through a little faster. We're not saying we want them to talk to a robot all the time, but when well placed, rightly placed, they can have a definite impact on your conversion rates.
I mean, chatbot just brings a level of efficiency to your whole process, right? Because you don't have to take the time to answer these small, I wouldn't say unimportant questions, but repeat questions, especially, a chatbot is a great addition if, trying to minimize if you don't have a large team and you're trying to be as efficient as possible. So just the fact that, HubSpot is jumping on board and helping you do that on your website, I think it's pretty awesome.
I don't have anything to add. I just want to say from this side of the camera, it was really, fun watching Tamara go through her kid sugar rush. As she was speaking about HubSpot and SEM rush together. Oh my God, that's like putting a kid in a candy store. And she just got so excited, and that sugar rush came to the forefront. So thank you. Thank you for that bit of humor for that moment. I appreciated it.
It's like a dream come true. I'm like, I've wanted this all my life. I just didn't know. But one thing to add with the chatbot AI, this is a sidebar story. I had this experience the other day where I called a company because I went to their website first, right? They didn't have a chatbot, but I went to their website first to find the information. So I have this course. I'm looking at getting it accredited, and I just kind of wanted I start every search just like a regular person in Google, right? And when I Googled, it took me down different paths. And I was just like, okay, cool. Maybe I was like, I need to talk to someone here because the information they're providing isn't, So I get on the phone and I call, and someone answers the call, and she says to me, go to our website, www. And I'm like, I've been there. She's like, it answers your questions. And I'm like, I promise you it doesn't. She's like, I'm going to pass you over to this other person who's going to tell you the same thing I'm telling you. So I'm like, okay, no problem. So I'm just mentally preparing myself. But I get to that person, and same thing. I ask the question, hey, trying to accredit it, blah, blah, blah. She doesn't ask me any questions. She automatically sends me back to the website, gives me the URL. I have it written down. I listen to it again. And then I say to her, I was like, it's a digital marketing course. And she's like, oh, well, we only have, but this is not the world. And I don't know where I can point you to. Now, had they had a chatbot, that process just was so, had they had a chatbot, that chatbot would have sent someone in the wrong direction. They would not have been able to answer that question because they couldn't answer that question. So that for me was an opportunity where it's just like, okay, you need to, when you're thinking through these tools, can it answer the questions? Because if it's outside of the scope of what you have there, and some people think like that, right? It wasn't a tough question. And two people right away were like, I'm going to send you back to the website. And I'm like, I'm sure you're not. But just food for thought when you're thinking about your chatbots.
That's two problems from a customer service perspective. And when we get down a whole other rabbit hole of training the people that we have in those spaces, not just to look at point number 2, that's what they're asking for, read this to them and answer the question. So that's training and understanding their client. And then on the other side of it, whoever is doing the work on the website, here's an opportunity for you to improve upon what you are doing. And for those of us that are listening in our community, cautionary tale of what not to do. What not to do. That's a customer service nightmare and a surefire way to lose a sale.
100%. So when are you ready for a chatbot is really important as well. There's some processes that you need to get tight. So, all right, we're moving on along. I know we spent a lot of time here. Nia's in the background, like, get it together, people. I'm like, how'd she do that thumbs up? Anyway, Zoho. This is Andrea's world, so this is exciting. So Zoho has some changes. Oh wait, this is email marketing. So I'm sorry, Andrea, Michael, all of us. Cross sell customers by analyzing sales patterns. Zia, Nia did not make this name up herself, I promise you. Zia recommends products or other services to cross-sell for each other customer and predicts when they're likely to make a repeat purchase. We love this. We love this information. Also, getting in touch sooner. Zia analyzes when each client usually opens emails, answers calls, or visits your website, and suggests the best time to contact them so you can get in touch on the first try, which is also, I mean, this is like sales data that you're like, what? This is amazing. We love this. Reinvent the spreadsheet. Ask Zia, I swear, did Nia make this name up? Ask Zia to generate charts or pivot tables from your spreadsheets or browse through her suggestions of for visualizing your data. We love that. And then, so yeah, we absolutely love that. I'm gonna kick that to you guys, Michelle, Andrea.
Yeah, so Zoho, and for those of you who don't know, Zoho is actually a whole suite of applications. I first got introduced to Zoho because of the accounting application, Zoho Books. So that's what I usually recommend to clients. But then when I started to dig deeper, Zoho is a whole suite. So they have from CRMs all the way down and invoicing and all sorts of things. So Zia is their AI-powered assistant in their suite in their apps. And these particular features were talking about how Zia can help make it inside of your CRM, how they can help make you more efficient. Imagine the part that blew me was imagine analyzing when the customer opens the email so that you can know when to reach out this person. I was like, my mind was blown when I read that. And I was like, I'd love to see that in action, how it applies. But yeah, they've got this tool, and yeah, it's really quite interesting what they're doing. So hats off to Zia.
I'm going to say this, and because this would be my Shangri-La, it really would be. For our community, we speak about this all the time. Look at what big businesses are doing and where you can mirror what they're doing. Learn from them. They are doing this every day, all day, 9 ways to Sunday. Analyzing the information, looking at it, making a decision, and moving forward with it without much effort, because there's something in there. They've purchased a system that allows them to analyze that data at will, with every filter imaginable. This is for you. This is a version of that will help you to get to that decision a lot faster and help you to analyze without lots of manpower behind it, so that you can make those decisions succinctly, much faster, without you losing a lot of time in business in order to get to that space. Leaning hard to something like this, it will help you, and it's intuitive. I went down a rabbit hole investigating this, and I've used a number of tools. This is great. And there are a lot of big name businesses that you're aware of that you utilize today that's using Zia. Take a look at it, lean in hard, use it.
I think we need to run a poll on the best AI names, right? And who comes up with them. And see what people think, right?
Yeah.
You know, just for fun. But cross-selling, I'm with Michelle, like cross-selling customers, that's an immediate opportunity to increase your revenue, because you're looking at bundling, cross-selling, upselling. Those of us, we all know that those upsells, those incrementals, that's where we make a good profit margin, right? So see Andrea not and say, oh, CFO approved for sure. So I really like that feature, if it's giving that feature to recommend what to cross-sell. From an email perspective, yes, nothing better than knowing the right time to do things to the right and speak to the right people. So the more you can lean into that, as Michelle said, listen, it's going to change the way things happen in your business for sure. So great stuff here from Zoho as well.
Well, we are at that time. So time for the 30-second, whatchamacallit. We're doing our 30 seconds wrap up. I was just like, what do we call that thing again? So I'm going to pass it over to Michelle, to you first, and then we go from there. Platform takeover. What did you think today?
I love platform takeover. Every time we do this, there'll be at least once a season we focus on this, and I love it every time because from a sales perspective, it's allowing us to understand how we can do this in an easy way, in a non-intrusive, non-overwhelming way, and implement it into our businesses to help us to be sustainable, be around for a long time, move our business forward, educate ourselves, and invite our community into our worlds in a seamless fashion. So from a sales perspective, through the sales journey, it is A1 for me that we focus on this information. So you too, for those that are listening to us today, please take a moment, dig into some of the AI applications, some of the platforms that we spoke about, and find a way to at least entertain one of these that you've not looked at before, and understand how it can help you and your business move forward.
Yeah, platform takeover, it's always very enlightening to learn about all these different things that are happening in all these different spaces and platforms. But just as Michelle said, I want to encourage, just pick one. And that's something we always try to say on this show. We know we give a lot of information. There's a lot of things happening, especially in the digital space. Every Monday morning, there's a new app and a new feature that is telling you that it's the best thing ever. But you want to make sure that you take a look at your operations and find the thing, i.e., the platform, first of all, that makes sense for you. Lean into that platform. And then when you look into the platform, find the feature that's going to work for you. The entire platform may not be right for you at this point in time, but it may be right for you in 6 months from now, depending on the direction you take your business and the things that you implement in your business. So I always love this show, this type of show, because it's really interesting to see what's happening in spaces that you may not be familiar with. Get familiar, understand what's happening, but at the same time, don't forget to make it relevant to your own space and your own business goals.
All right, I'll keep it short. We understand that you're busy as a business owner, running things day to day, but staying on top of these changes in platforms directly affects your strategies and your tactics. From an operational perspective, you can see some efficiencies that you may not have had before, but as well, you don't want to lose your market share, your positioning, because you have not, taken up on a new feature that your competitor has already, leaned into as well. So if we know you don't have time, so follow us here. We'll give you a roundup every so often to let you know what's new, what's happening, and where you can start to redirect your efforts in digital.
Yeah, 100%. I echo the sentiment of everyone, and I say, when you're thinking about a platform, think about 100% utilization, right? We're never using any of the tools we have 100% of the way. So as you're starting to lean into it, think about it. Be like, all right, cool. How can I take one, right? Because as Andrea said, it's a lot. So take one and just say, let me get to a place of maybe 85% utilization. Am I using all the tools? How am I using it? Is it a part of my strategy? Make sure it's a part of what you're doing so it's not this silo, right? Because we're here about breaking down silos, period. All right. So let me tell you how you can connect with us. We want you to tell a business executive about this show. We want you to tell a business owner about this show. We here at Your Business in Digital, what we're doing is we're breaking down the silos in a business. We have Andrea, who focuses on finance, right? She's a CFO. She talks finance to digital, to those KPIs. We have Michelle Gordon, who is here, and she talks about sales and pricing and how you need to price, how you need to sell online, right? The customer journey, the sales funnel, all those things really matter. Getting to those marketing assisted leads. We have Michael Wilshire, who's here with us, and he's talking about operations, the pieces of the puzzle, right? You got to put the pieces of the puzzles together. You have to implement it. And I talk about digital marketing and how we connect those dots, those KPIs, how we have a cohesive conversation and continue to break down the silos with these departments. We see it all the time in businesses, right? These departments are at war because they're just not talking to each other. And digital, you're spending a lot of money on digital, and we want you to start seeing the ROI on digital. We want you to connect it back to your goals, to your revenue in the bank, right? Digital helped me increase my revenue by 10%, 20% year over year. And that was a specific goal for me. That's what we want you to say. So connect with us. Connect with us on YouTube. We're live here on Mondays and Wednesdays at 7 a.m. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. If you can't catch us live, that's cool. Catch us on the replay. But if not, you like podcasts, we're everywhere podcasts are found. I'm Tamara Monlouis. I'm super excited to always be here with you, talking to you about digital and digital marketing with these amazing co-hosts. Have an amazing day, guys. We will talk to you next Monday. Take care. Bye.